And welcome to another match of round 3, I believe, of the Metroid Prime Randomizer tournament. I'm Op82. I'm joined by our tracker, Link Force. Thank you for crossing the T's and dotting the I's and all that stuff. Keeping us all on track. Get it? Anyway, we have MightyCaesar versus TheGingerChris. They are both, let me see. Uh, 2-1, I believe. Yeah, so they're kind of fighting for their lives to get into the top 8. They still have a chance. They're both very skilled runners, very experienced, so they should be putting on a good show for us. And I'm going to let them know in the race time that we are ready. And they should be starting soon, and the restream will catch up. All right. So how's everybody in chat doing? And we're off. Should be catching up shortly, probably in about 30 seconds to a minute, maybe. Seems we don't have audio on the restream. Oh no. Yes, I did. Got my coffee right here. Cygnus. That was good. So the only runner's agreement we have today is replace all nothings with wave busters. So we will be getting a vanilla start and vanilla elevators. So we start in Talon, doing space jump first, which is in tournament logic, so it is expected. Let's see what we get here. Missile. It's good first item. So get immediate access to Artifact Temple, where we can check all our artifact hints. 6 artifacts total, and they could be in interesting places. Nice bunny hopping. It's like TheGingerChris was trying to dash over that scan point. Fortunately, didn't get it. And we have another missile in Artifact Temple. So we're going to scan all 6 artifacts. We may or may not get to read them right away. Some runners prefer to wait a little while before they do it, and some prefer to do it immediately. That is an eye tracker. The thing moving, it's tracking his eye movements. Huh. Chat throwing shade at the fusion suit. That's workstation, furnace, observatory. I missed the first 3. Sure, we'll get another look on Chris's side eventually. Quarantine cave, ruin gallery, ice ruins east, quarantine cave, workstation, furnace, and observatory. Thank you, Aster. Yes, stars required. All fairly condensed, though, within 2 areas close to each other. And with our missiles, we're just gonna give Root Cave a little check, get our Morph Ball, and probably head back to the ship to get whatever was under it. I think it was a missile, so maybe not. I forget things pretty fast sometimes. Yeah, it was a missile. Chris isn't going back for it. Our first progression, once we get into Chozo, most likely be another missile or space jump or bombs. Seems to be a high chance progression there. That looked like plasma on the grapple edge. Didn't get a look at anything else yet. Okay, I guess that's nothing. Didn't quite look like a missile. Thought it might have been bombs, but Chris would have went for it. We're also getting a frigate crash site checked by Caesar. Another relatively high chance progression here. But not today. Just a missile. Main peeps in tree, I did not get a look at that. Probably, if you saw the glow. I missed it though. And we have Varia Nursery. Very nice to find that very early. Could even get an immediate dip into Lava Lake. Little time consuming, but could be worth it. And there's our missile launcher. First logical missiles, we are allowed to shoot them now. And an E-Tank. Is he even randomized? We are getting a Lava Lake check. This play is understandable, in my opinion, because Lava Lake tends to burn a lot of people, having progression, but it's a little out of the way early on, so you tend to want to clear Chozo first, and then you end up going back out of the front door and then going in through Root Cave to the other side without bombs. Because if you don't get bombs in Lava Lake, you have to turn around. If you don't have Varia, which most people tend not to at this time, tends not to be worth it. And it wasn't. So, Chris is probably annoyed that he wasted his time. He's probably glad to at least have that knowledge. It's a real pain to get back over here from the other side. Some people in chat are saying it might have been wave on grapple edge. I thought it looked like plasma, but it's probably a beam nonetheless. Looks like people may have seen supers or flamethrower too, but I didn't catch it. Nursery? I didn't catch nursery either. Man, doing a bad job right now. Okay, just a missile here, no need to come back. Except to route through, I guess. And Caesar also making the same play. Can respect that. Yes, as chat points out, I'm sure both runners feel somewhat behind after that lava lake check. They're not too far apart from each other. They're all going to be making the same checks, at least in early Jozo, until they find some progression that would allow them to branch off. And we have Wave Buster, first one of the day. I'm sure we'll see a lot more. Bombs? I figured. Didn't see any glow at all. Another Wave Buster. Okay. I need to go back for that. The Gathering Hall check. It's interesting. Ginger might be going back for Ruined Gallery, Mortball Tunnel. And or Ruined Shrine. Those are easy to leave behind when you get carried away into mid-Jozo, especially Ruined Gallery. That one's a little notorious for being forgotten. Yeah, he's going for it. Caesar taking a safety save. Probably plans on getting the Watery Hall underwater item. Won't need to, but it's worth saving if you don't have space jump for that trick. Speaking of which, there it is. That gives us a lot more options now. First artifact. Okay. I forgot there was an artifact there. In this case, it would be easy to remember. Heh. Nice. Is that grapple? Yeah, why else would we go for it? Yeah, it's definitely mains in there. Wave beam gives us access to tower chamber. Can fully clear this little section right here. As chat points out, Magmor and early Phendrana are in logic with Wave and Varia. MightyCaesar going for Zoid. Got some Wrath Divergence. See how this plays out. There we go. Okay. Chamber of Missiles to be expected. Just another missile behind Zoid. Getting a Magniple check. Forgot that's also in logic. Correction. Training chamber access. And training chamber visually. Another Wave Buster. Oh, God. Visor and training chamber. Hopefully thermal. And I'm going to check. Yep, that's thermal. So no need to go back for that. And just the missile on Zoid. And to answer a question in chat, Hall of the Elders without Spider is in logic. We can get to Antechamber and Reflecting Pool. In tournament settings, Ice Beam can be vanilla. Not too often, but it happens occasionally. Got a missile and lower furnace. Looks like we're getting an upper furnace check too. Won't be able to get much here, except antechamber if it's vanilla ice. Well, at least we can get some knowledge. TheGingerChris, on the other hand, with space jump, will be able to obtain those items that we see. Okay, another artifact. See, will Caesar make the Flogger play? It isn't logic. Nope. Caesar now getting his space jump. May decide to backtrack further into Chozo and make checks that he couldn't make, or just go straight into Magmore and make his way to Vindrana. Probably the faster choice. As far as like progressing the game. Looks like Ginger is going for this artifact. It's going to do a very awkward bomb jump to get himself up there. Doesn't have spiders, so it's going to be tricky. There we go. See if he can balance himself here. Ooh! Yeah, that's why most people wait till they get Spider to try and get that. Get one, well, if you fall off, you have to get all the way back up. It's just really time consuming. Unless you get it first try. TheGingerChris is opening up the path to Reflecting Pool. If Ice is a vanilla, we can at least save Warp back and go to Magmore through Root Cave. So I imagine they'll both soon be converging paths again. Caesar dashing his way up Tower of Missiles to get an extra missile. Or maybe an odd quality of life item that isn't logically required. Nope, just a missile. The reason, I'm gonna guess Caesar probably forgot that there'll never be progression there because Randovania doesn't count missile expansions into logic, at least not yet. And a lot of people are just in the habit of checking that because they've had to in the past. Or they could have hoped for an E-Tank, yeah. Yeah, in this tournament you're going to be seeing people skip that for the most part, unless we get an update before the tournament ends that puts that into logic. Not necessarily. Some people are busy, they aren't always paying attention to the server. Yep, getting a save mark. How far in you actually have to go into a training chamber to trigger the ghosts? Caesar went in a little further than most people do, and I've heard him say why. I just forget where the exact trigger point is. Most people are just kind of overly cautious about it and get a little pixel peek. And we are getting a Flogger play. This could pay off, or this could put Caesar behind. It's a gamble. Not sure else I was going with that, but you get the idea. A fat grass play. God, I hate that attack. It's easier than it should be to get stuck in it and die if you have low health. Excuse me. Risky without Spider if they don't have their early wild on lock. I know for a fact that Caesar does. Very proficient at that trick. May or may not fail it, but he does know it. And since you're trying to dash off of that plant, it's a little trickier than just using the extra platform to jump, because it's easy to mess up the dash by not flicking the jump button lightly enough. because that's how you get the height when you dash. And we got supers up top. Now we're getting a somewhat risky Arbor Chamber play. I hope TGC saved recently. I think he did. Yeah, he did when he safe warped. But he makes it. And just a missile. We haven't seen X-ray yet. At least I haven't. We have seen thermal though, which they most likely won't be getting because it's all the way in training chamber and it's very far out of the way. Just for a quality of life item. It's not hard required for anything. The only hard visor requirement is X-ray for Omega Pirate. And I didn't catch what was on Flagra between those pedals. Get a closer look here soon. Okay. We have ice. So let's see if TGC does that play. Looks like he might be headed there. I thought he was going to go to Magmore. And Caesar attempting the early wild infinite bomb jump. Oh! Okay, it's got another chance. And we got Ice Spreader and Magma Pool. Hopefully TGC goes to Flagra. Oh, Caesar's been morphing a little too early there. You still got, well, I don't know about plenty, but it's got enough health to get a few more chances at this. And he makes it. Third time's a charm. Alright, Chris. Wait, he doesn't have Spider, he can't do this. It's really gonna bite him in the butt later. So once he full clears labs, he's gonna have to backtrack his way to a save point and save up the Chozo. Whereas when Caesar gets there, he'll be able to go through, out of labs into back Vendrana, and eventually mines through either side. So this could set back Chris a bit. Caesar did not go to Vanilla Ice, but TGC, well, neither one of them did, actually. At least I don't remember Chris going that far. Oh, okay, I missed that. I either missed it or forgot about it. So, yeah, nothing back there. Okay, we got gravity and storage cavern. Yeah, either way, ice is pretty huge. They may both end up going back there later, but Caesar has the advantage of choosing to go to mines. Was there an artifact in Short Tunnel? Looks like you just passed it up. So it's probably nothing. I didn't catch it. Oh, gotcha. Okay, just a missile behind ice. Didn't catch lighthouse. Ori? Okay. Ooh. He's almost making that bomb jump. He has waves, so he could easily just open it up the vanilla way, but it's a cool trick nonetheless. Yeah, he's giving up on it. Not really worth it unless you get it first try. I didn't catch what was in here in Chapel of the Elders, but obviously we're in here, so it's progression. Fighter ball. That could help TGC, and I don't know if it really puts them ahead, but it could lead to something else that could put them ahead, like Plasma or even Phazon or Boost. And to answer a question in chat, the Observatory Dash is intermediate, so it is not in tournament logic. Logically, they would need Boost. So TGC decided to press on. It will be out of logic, but it could still pay off. Although he could just choose to save warp back. And eventually get his Ice Beam. And it looks okay. No frigate. Thought we were getting a frigate play. I mean, we don't have gravity. Pretty sure Caesar at least knows gravity-less frigate, but it's probably not worth it yet. Just for nothing. Or was it something? Oh, looks like X-ray. Yeah. So that puts Research Lab Hydra in logic. So he's probably gonna at least check that before he leaves. If he decides not to full clear labs. Caesar getting his supers. You don't, well, logically, I'm not sure if you need X-ray for that. I know you, at the very least, need supers. Although, as Asder points out, in this case, you would need it logically. Practically, you don't, though. You can always just scan it or shoot a super at it to open it. Caesar getting his mains in tree. Where else he's thinking of going. It's interesting. I thought he already checked this. Maybe he didn't have power bombs yet. Nice return dash. And nice observatory dash by Chris. I did forget there was an artifact here, so I can't blame him for making this play. Now he's saving in case there's nothing else in labs. You can just reset back here. Mori. Oh, I got scared for a second there. I thought he fell back into the trigger. Okay. So far, nothing really worthwhile in labs except for that artifact. Yeah, that's a reset. So from here, Chris can either do Thardus or save warp back to Chozo and get his ice beam. Probably gonna save warp. Or not. Maybe he is going for Thardus. Oh, it is in logic, so might just be wanting to get it out of the way. Oh, I forgot. Quarantine Cave does, in fact, have an artifact, so might as well get that out of the way. Thank you, chat, for reminding me. Gallop, yes. Once TGC kills Thardus and checks that, he'll have to save warp back to Chozo. Although when Caesar gets there, he'll be able to check Farfindrana and Mines from then on. And TGC gets his 4th artifact. See what Keymon has. And just as Gala predicted, we have Boost and Keymon. So, logically, that puts the rest of Labs into Logic. Wait, I said Logic twice. puts the rest of labs into logic, and also the ice checks. And we also have Frigate and Life Grove in logic. So TGC has the option of doing that, which could work out in his favor. I think this is an artifact too, if I remember correctly. Chat points out the possible logic chain having to get boost from QM, take it to training chamber for thermal, to use to fight Thardus to get the artifact. That is some rude logic, logically speaking. To my knowledge, main power bombs have not been required. What? Did you? Did y'all see that? Sheegoth just flew up in the air. Wow. I'd clip that if I wasn't lazy. Thanks, chat. Okay, so PGC returns to Chozo with Spiders, Supers, X-Ray. Might get those power bombs in tree. I think did he already do that? I think he already did. Yeah. So has no excuse not to check Sun Chamber now. It looks like that's what he's gonna do. Or will he? Oh, he's farming for missiles. Fair enough. Time we'll be getting a soothing reverse Flogger fight. You'll see why in a minute. What about the Vanilla Ice Beam? What do you mean? What about it? That was PB expansion. Ooh, nice floor shot with that ice spreader. TGC demonstrating a neat little powerbomb trick with these bomb slots. If you stand directly in the middle between them, you can use the blast radius to hit both of them, or two at a time, which saves time. I had to say time twice that time. Well, thrice. That, whatever. Did he get both of them? No. Oh well. Just one more little regular bomb should do it. It's probably going for ghosts. Hopefully, keeps going into back Chozo and eventually frigate from here. Because it is very much in logic, so could pull him ahead. Caesar did not isolate a lot of things thanks to Ice Beam. I see what you did there. That wasn't me. That was Alkalines. Alkalinians? Um, the green one. I don't know. Alkaline Ace, okay. Grouping together as one word kind of threw me off. Ice Beam was on Flagra, so Caesar made the Flagra play. on the first Chozo visit, and TGC skipped it, so had to save warp back here, which could put him ahead or behind. Like, it kind of put him behind at first, but now that we have a route divergence, it's going to come down to where Plasma is, which could put either one of them ahead. Because we have Frigate in logic and Mines in logic. And Frigate also leads to the other side of Mines, so eventually they might converge midway through. So Life Grove, I forgot about that. Okay, nothing back here in Farfindrana except Flamethrower. And Caesar is valid. TGC also going back for that upper furnace artifact, which can much more easily get now with Spider Ball. So that's 5 down, 1 to go. Yes, the window for a tie is 3 seconds. I don't remember for sure what the last artifact is, so I'm not sure whether or not Caesar has it. I believe TGC already got Workstation. Or did... I'm not... I saw somebody in Workstation. Okay, yeah. TGC got Workstation. It's like TGC deciding to circle back around through Frigate into Life Grove. Get a few more checks that way. As chat points out, there is a possibility we could get vanilla plasma. So if Caesar checks that, that could put him in the lead. If it is indeed vanilla. From what I gather, the eye tracker is basically to give you an idea of where Caesar's looking and kind of how he does certain things. If I remember, I can ask him in the interview and he'll be able to explain it. I'm not 100% sure myself. Handful of games and apps that can use it as extra input data, but it's mostly for esports analysis and accessibility stuff. Okay. Makes sense. More commonly used in FPS games and racing, so you see what they're focusing on. Yeah, that was the basic gist I got from it. Okay, looking in Biohazard. And we are getting a vanilla plasma check. See if it pays off. So even though Frigate was a disappointment, we still have much ahead of us to check. We haven't touched mines yet, so there's a lot of possibilities there. Especially with Phazon suit, which tends to be in mines a lot. It's phase-on mines. Forgettable. Nice. Oh, well, it did now. I hope he saved. At least we know where phase-on is. So yeah, it's definitely going to come down to plasma now. And whether or not TGC decides to check vanilla plasma as soon as he gets plasma. Hard phrase it. It's going to come down to who can get back to that room first. Or check it in general. Okay, we are in... So, I guess... Okay. There wasn't much in labs besides the artifact. I think the artifact was the only thing in labs, and there was nothing in Farfindrana, so... We basically just have to go for... the artifacts and whatever was here in Chapel of the Elders. So he could skip a lot of things on his way back to where he was. That is unfortunate. Okay, he needs Observatory, Thardus, Workstation. I'm not sure why Caesar would want to skip Thardus, because I don't remember there being any plasma locked. Well, unless you're talking about storage cave. Well, no, that can't be plasma. We already know where phase-on is, so... Yeah, I don't really see the need to skip that for now. You could just skip all the Farfindrana checks. Just focus on trying to find plasma. Oh, to get... Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, that would be the ideal routing. Though. Personally, I would just focus on trying to find plasma and not have to backtrack to Thardus. Make artists easier? I mean, yeah, I mean, there's benefits to that. I just don't personally see much of a time save. It is a little out of the way compared to just going back to plasma processing and leaving, finish the game. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Okay. So, plasma is here. Now the question is, will TGC continue into lower mines? Thinking Phazon will be there, hopefully turn back around and head to plasma processing. Nice mid-air freeze. It looks like impact crater outside there. Probably is. I don't think so, Asder. I don't remember Caesar going back there. I think he checked it when he didn't have space jump, but I don't think he went back there. He did, then I forgot. Hey, looks like TGC is checking PPC. Hopefully he goes up. Takes the elevator. Oh no. Could take a while if he full clears lower mines. And Caesar accidentally triggering the control tower fight. is a little unfortunate because this fight takes forever. Yes, Plasma was in Elite Research. And Phazon was in Plasma Processing, which Caesar found and then soft locked, forgetting he didn't have Plasma to get out. So Caesar has a knowledge advantage over TGC, which is why I was a little worried about him full clearing lower mines. But he will eventually make his way back there after fighting Omega Pirate. So, yeah, honestly, I'm not sure who's in the lead right now, especially with that soft lock and time loss that Caesar had. I'll let chat speculate on that. Sounds like one of those Metroids died on a wall. Which does happen, believe it or not. Should save TGC. Good to go now. TGC with the troop, with pirates, troop, whatever, trooper skill. God, sentence was harder than it should have been to say. Nice one cycle. Phazon is in plasma processing. Already seen it on Caesar's side. Okay, Caesar is about to find plasma, and Ginger is about to find Phazon. And I forget where Ginger's last artifact is, but looks like Ginger might be in the lead now. Oh, wait, did he already find it? I guess we'll see when we get to Artifact Temple. And that's go mode for the TheGingerChris. And Caesar gets plasma. Now he knows where to go. Goes straight back, get his phase on, and his final 3 artifacts. Okay, final 2. Yeah, looks like TGC has all 6. Doing a ship save. And is now headed to Ridley. Yeah, as chat points out, it's really unfortunate that Caesar soft-locked when he did because lost a lot of time. He hadn't saved in a while and had to spend like around 10 minutes recovering from that time loss. If he had just seen the item without going in, could have went straight for mines and possibly pulled ahead. But mistakes happen. Oh God, Ridley, please. Oh, really? I hate when he does that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Wow. Finally. 15 in a row seemed like it. I wasn't counting, but it was way too many. I think Ginger will be alright without saving. It's got full damage reduction and 5 E-tanks. I don't think he's in danger of dying. But you never know, I guess. And yeah, as Toaster points out in chat, TGC is a little rusty right now, so I can imagine why he'd be in panic mode. Hasn't played Prime in about a week. Still doing pretty good despite that, though. He started the Toaster seed, but he didn't finish it. And Caesar is in go mode. Nice ship dash by Caesar. I hope I get that dash one day. Spent like 45 minutes practicing a day. Never got it once. It's a lot harder than it looks. At least in my personal opinion. Almost getting the ice better snipe. Wow, Caesar gets a much nicer Ridley. And Exo's down. So, despite Caesar's time loss, I would say it's still a relatively close race. Caesar starts Exo as TGC is in the middle of Essence. Not too far behind in the end. And there we go. TGC comes in first place with a time of 1:51.12. To GG's in chat for TheGingerChris. Meanwhile, Caesar is finishing up Exo in Subchamber 4. Not too far behind at all. And we have TheGingerChris with us. GG.
Moshi, Spider-Man death.
Oh,
that seed was... The seed was okay. I think the biggest thing that stung me was that I decided for once in a lifetime not to do Flagra when I was leaving Chozo, and that stung me big time.
Yeah, that actually did put you behind for a little while until Caesar found Phazon and Vanilla Plasma and softlock there.
Ooh.
So that set him back about 10 minutes or so, and in that while he was catching up, you eventually found Plasma, and then full cleared mines, which you didn't need to do. I was hoping you would just go straight. Go ahead.
I obviously didn't know the Phazon suit was there, so I wanted to kind of be cautious and full clear mines and not get struck by that later down the line.
Yeah, that was totally understandable. But yeah, Caesar probably would have won if he hadn't soft locked there and just went straight to mines and then came back.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So
my routing was fairly messy because of that ice beam. Because I eventually realised that the only place that ice beam could have been was on Flagra at that point, so there was so much back and forth I had to do.
Yeah. Still a pretty close race overall. Caesar's on sub-chamber 4 now.
Yeah, still got the restream. But no, my Ridley was terrible. I could not snipe him.
What was that? That was like, what, 15 dashes?
Something like that. I feel like my snipes were not on point, but pretty close as well, and he just shrugged them.
He kept doing those sneak dashes too. It's like, bro, chill.
It was horrible. Very horrible. My final bosses were sloppy altogether, but I think that's mainly because I took the week off playing. I just couldn't play it during the week, just didn't feel up to it. That kind of showed a bit.
They're pretty good despite that though.
Yeah. Rude seed, but not the rudest at least. My biggest worry was the fact that because Ice Beam was logically so early on, my go mode would have been Farfandrana, which was like the latest area I was routing because of the weird route I made.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
No, on you go.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I was just gonna say we saw a lot of we saw some weird stuff in this run, like Ridley's excessive dashing, and then on Caesar's side, I believe chat clipped it. A powerbomb sent Sheegoth flying into the air. I've never seen that before.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see this. Mama Sheegoth was flying. That is fantastic. But no, like, it was weird trying to work the logic out in my head because I had, knowing that thermal was where it was in Training Chamber, I knew logically you needed to find Boost and Spider to get that to then go do Thardus. So I knew that I was always somewhat out of logic for a lot of it. I just didn't expect the fact the logic was to go to Sheegoth, get your Spider Ball, loop all the way through Magma to come into the back of Thardus, grab your Boost Ball, and then go all the way to Chozo to get your Thermal technically. And I was like, this is rude.
Yeah. It's been a pretty rude logic chain.
But I'm really liking this artifact placement sticks thing because it has gave us some very interesting seeds compared to what we were on obviously like 2 weeks ago kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, everything in general has been more spread out.
They're good, they're enjoyable.
Yeah, it's been a lot more entertaining since the update.
getting a decent
Yep.
essence here.
Yep. And Caesar finishes in second place with a time of 1:57.25. GG's.
GG's. My essence, I lost track of essence right at the get-go and it really messed up the rhythm.
And we're joined by Caesar. GG's.
GG's. Damn it, I had that.
GG's, Caesar.
I didn't screw up, didn't I?
I held with a soft lock.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. You were actually somewhat ahead until that happened. And then
I opened the door to plasma processing, said out loud, okay, well, can't get that yet, and then walked in anyway.
Oh,
Which is why I reset about a second and a half into going in. I'm like,
oh,
yeah.
that hurts. That stings.
still
Yeah.
pretty dang close for losing almost 30 minutes of progress.
Yeah, I think part of the reason for that was TGC skipped Flagra his first time in Chozo and went back after full clearing labs and getting the artifacts there on Thardis and Workstation, and then ended up routing through Frigate to get to Mines, found Plasma while you were catching up, and then full cleared Mines, which allowed you time to make it over to Upper Mines, get your Plasma, go straight back to Phazon. So it kind of evened out a little bit towards the end.
Well, go straight to Furnace, save warp, go to Phazon, save warp, and go fight final bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
like I've been saying ever since we got the update to 3.1 with some of the logic changes, I've been a little more hesitant on doing Flagra, and every single time I don't do it, I get taught a lesson. And it's been the
I've
recurring
found
thing.
that the logic changes haven't changed anything at all in all the seeds I've done since then. So while there was a logic error, I think there's still just an extreme weighting towards it, just thanks to how the algorithm works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something I'm going to keep in the back of my mind. Is that the problem I had was that because I went to the far end of Chozo, routing from far Chozo to go do Flagra to then leave is so cumbersome to begin with. So I don't know how my overall route would have changed if I'd got Ace early.
Yeah. How about that flying Sheegoth though?
Yeah, that made me laugh.
Yeah, we actually clipped it in chat. That's pretty
Nice.
funny. But yeah, you both did put on a pretty good show, even despite TGC's rust, having not played this in a week. I don't know how often you've practiced, but I mean, pretty good execution all around, even with the mistakes.
Did we ever see Flamethrower?
Yes, I picked it up too, and before I reset, it was in upper gravity chamber.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we saw all items.
But no, the logic chain was weird because as soon as you walked into Main Plaza, you knew exactly what had to be. Like, because you saw, like, logically everything was a mess because you had to go to Findrana to get your X-ray, to get your supers, to get your power bombs, to then take on any kind of further there.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't know if power bombs were logically required, now that I think about it.
Yeah, there was some speculation in chat about that. We weren't sure either.
Power bombs, yeah, they were logically required to be able to get the artifact in Furnace, and that's all.
Oh, that's right.
No, because the standable terrain with Spider Ball was at beginner logic.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, just climbing up and using Spider and Morph Ball and bombs.
I could have
is
sworn it
beginner, I'm
wasn't
pretty
in
sure.
that logic bracket, but we can
Unless they
definitely check
changed it. I remember at one point it was in logic.
I remember it was in beginner logic in bashes, but I think it's in advanced in Randomizer, but I could be wrong.
Do a wee perusal, shall we? And I've got it here, and we're looking for furnace. So I think it's crossway access to under the spider track. Don't know which one that is. So door to west furnace to under the spider track is morph ball, spider ball, or standable terrain beginner, with morph ball bombs, boost ball, or wall boost advanced. So you can ignore that one. So, might need to look at that one, actually. But yeah, there's definitely a beginner climb for the room.
Yeah. I really need to relearn how to do the bomb jump to get the item without spider, because that would have saved me some time.
Oh yeah, I went for it once, fell down, and I went, nah, I can't be bothered climbing again. I hate climbing that room. For some reason, the standable never agrees with me. It takes me so long to get up.
Yeah, it's a little finicky. So, any last words before we wrap up?
I need to go have words with Ridley.
Yeah,
I am
that
not
was
accepting
terrible.
15 dashes, or whatever it was.
That was terrible. Yeah, Ridley was much nicer to Caesar. In fact, I don't remember any dashes.
Hmm?
You could correct me if I'm wrong, but you got a much nicer Ridley than TGC did.
I had a single dash.
Yeah, he got like 15. It was kind of ridiculous.
But no, nothing else from me.
Any last words from you, Caesar?
Thanks to Op and Link Force for commentating and tracking.
Yeah, give them a follow.
Yeah, my pleasure. Be sure to follow our runners. They both, well, I don't know if Caesar's been streaming much lately, but they're both pretty good Prime Rando runners, and 80% and Hundo, respectively. Also, shout out to Link Force as well. And stay tuned for some more races coming up tomorrow. We have Saturday at 10 a.m., Arrow Razor versus Dino Pony. Saturday at 6 p.m., CZ versus Digglerath.
Oh wow, there's a lot.
Another one at 6, Takaba versus Gunner. And then 8 p.m., Spickle Jim versus Alexis Nightfire. And then at 10, Sasquatch versus Elias Thompson. And then Sunday at 11 a.m., Azza versus Death King. And then at 3 p.m., Reed Whaley versus Trirex. So it's a lot to look forward to. Be sure to keep an eye out for those. But for now, I've been Op82, and we'll see you next mission. Thanks for watching.